Well, hi there. It is good to see you this evening. Welcome to the broadcast. You're watching EBN Weekend Edition. We're coming to you live from Kenya's capital on the second day of March 2024. We've got quite a jam-packed session lined up for you this evening. So for the next 30 minutes, do keep me company, and we'll be bringing you up to speed on what is making headlines across the country. But before that, let's take a look at stories making headlines tonight. Police on the manhunt for a 45-year-old man who killed 4 people, including his daughter, son, and nephew. 2023 sugar bill receives backing from sugarcane farmers who insist on more funds directly to the farmers. Tanzania and Zanzibar's former President Hassan Mwinyi laid to rest in Zanzibar. Will be part of this broadcast. Watch us live across our social media platforms on EBN TV. Our SMS line is 23059. I'm Cynthia Nanjala. EBN Weekend Edition kicks off right now. The Secretary General of the Kenyan Union of Nurses, Seth Panyako, has warned that nurses will join hands with doctors in solidarity if the Inspector General of Police, Japheth Koome, fails to apprehend and take strict legal action against the officer who injured the Secretary General of the Doctors Union in the country, Davji Atela. Speaking at a press briefing in Kakamega town, Panyako emphasized the importance of nurses being given extra training for a period of 1 year. He condemned the incident involving Atela being assaulted by police officers. Furthermore, he called on the Cabinet Secretary for Health, Susan Nakhumicha, to openly address the issue while also expressing doubt about the handling of the health insurance matter in the country.
Work in this country to demonstrate peacefully, unarmed, and to present petitions to a government authority. That is exactly what those doctors were doing and is properly covered in the Constitution of Kenya, Article 37. And therefore, I want to tell the President and the Inspector General of Police to immediately ensure that the police officer who attempted to assassinate Dr. Atela is arraigned, is disciplined, and is taken to court and is fired from the service. If that does not happen, as the nurses of this country, we are going to join the doctors in protecting the rights of the Kenyan workers. Lakini ukiangalia zile pesa ambazo ziko Kenya hii, mtu asidanganye mwingine atakuna pesa. Pesa zinatumika vibaya hapa Kenya, ufisadi umekuwa mkubwa kabisa. Mabilioni ya pesa yanatumika vibaya. Na pesa chache za kupeleka madaktari na wauguzi na clinical officers na wengine kwenda kufanya mambo ya masomo wanasema hakuna. Kwa hivyo sisi shida kubwa ni wizara ya fedha. Sio wizara ya afya. Sababu wizara ya afya ilifanya mkutano na wakatuambia pesa haijaingia. Na hawa hawana pesa, pesa inatoka wizara ya fedha. But the government each and every passing day is removing away the rights and the privileges that Kenyans have been enjoying. For example, Edu Afya, the medical cover for high school children. It has been removed. Now when a child gets injured in school or gets sick in school, if you are a parent that you don't have money, that cover has been removed. I'm asking my dear President, why should you allow some private entities to take over National Social Health Insurance Fund? National Social Health Insurance Fund has been taken over by private entities who wants to make money on the dying Kenyans.
The Union of Environmental and Public Health Workers in the country has called on the government to hire sufficient public officers, saying it will help improve healthcare and the health of Kenyans nationwide. Led by the Secretary General of the Union of Environmental Health Workers in Kenya, Brown Ashira, they say the government has neglected them, urging the Health Cabinet Secretary Susan Nakhumicha to intervene and ensure they have an adequate number of officers enhancing their work. They have also urged the Salaries and Remuneration Commission, SRC, to release the withheld funds which have been deducted for a while without accountability. County governments through the governors have also been urged to ensure they employ enough officers, with many of them reportedly leaving due to lack of job security.
It must be noted that this country has lacked a preventive voice for very long, and as public health officers and technicians in this country, we are here to affirm our presence on the table. And we are telling this country that it has been long. This country has not been financing public health. The only cadre that is delivering preventive and promotive healthcare in this country is public health officers and technicians. The CS Nakhumicha, ya kwamba it's only public health officers and technicians who are supposed to be discharging matters to do with preventive and promotive healthcare. This issue about interns, hata imetuma David Jatela, amepigwa na tear gas canister jana. And we're also here to join in solidarity to condemn such a heinous act. And you are telling the Inspector General of Police, can you fast track the investigation to ensure that we bring to book? There's a problem with employment, especially the degree holders.
We have not been able to survive well in our functions without a union, and I'm happy that we are here today. Our functions have been taken with other cadres. We were grouped in the group of others, which is very unfair because I believe we are the anchors of preventive medicine. So there is nobody in this country who is supposed to convince you that a public health officer is insignificant.
Health Cabinet Secretary Susan Nakhumicha has commissioned the Talik Maternal Newborn and Child Health Facility in Narok West Sub-County. The facility, built through public and private collaboration with organizations like the Gertrude's Hospital and community health partners, cost 65 million shillings. The initiative aims to boost maternal and child health care in Narok by reducing incidents of mortality caused by long distances to hospitals and poor road networks. The facility is expected to serve an estimated population of 11,000 residents, with services now extended to more residents with the introduction of the new unit. The Dari Smart Telemedicine program, with a budget of 168 million, enables children aged 1 to 21 years in rural, undeserved areas across 5 counties to access specialist diagnosis and treatment.
Sasa nataka kukuomba governor, tufanye kazi pamoja, tukue na facility mingi kama hii ambazo kina mama wanaweza kuwa wakienda wakitaka kujifungua, ili tusipoteze mama hata mmoja wakati analeta uhai katika dunia.
CHP Talik Health Center currently serve an estimated population of 11,699 residents. With the introduction of this new unit, these services will now be extended to the majority of residents in Narok West.
168 million flagship telemedicine program called Daktari Smart. That is enabling children aged 1 to 21 years from rural, undeserved areas to access specialist diagnosis and treatment in 5 counties.
Security forces are on the manhunt for a man who allegedly murdered 4 people, including his 2 children, his relative's child, and a domestic worker in a village in Bomet County. The suspect, 45 years old, was reported to defend himself with a sword before slaughtering his relatives, who died instantly due to injuries received during the attack. The Deputy Police Commander of Central Bomet Constituency, Ali Bashir, said the victims include a 2-year-old daughter, a 16-year-old boy, an 8-year-old nephew, and a 16-year-old house help. The bodies of the deceased were transferred to the Tenwek Hospital mortuary for preservation pending an investigation. However, efforts to find the suspects are continuing.
Upon receipt of the information, police officers moved swiftly to the scene and necessary action taken. The suspect, upon committing the heinous act, fled the scene, and the motive of the assailant could not immediately be established. The Sub-County Criminal Investigation Officer, Mr. Omwenga, is hotly pursuing crucial leads and will ensure the suspect will be brought to book.
Interior Cabinet Secretary Professor Kithure Kindiki has set a 2-week deadline for Meru security officials to hold cattle rustling in Mutati and other areas of Meru North. Kindiki emphasizes the importance of eradicating livestock rustling and warns against complacency among security officers. The CS has assured security officers of equipment and logistical support to combat armed criminals responsible for persistent livestock raids. previously held a meeting in Rumuruti within Laikipia County and the security management team to address livestock raiding issues. He has also urged security managers to prioritize tackling the problem and promises collaborative efforts to eliminate the threat within the shortest time possible due to the frequent occurrences of raids in the past 2 weeks.
Any other area that is experiencing repeated livestock raids and the death of the citizens of this area from criminals who come to take their cattle, make it your priority security number one. And we together will work and eliminate this problem in the shortest time possible. Of late, I think in the last 2 weeks, there have been raid after raid. Every day there is a raid. Every 2 days there is a raid. This cannot be left to continue anymore.
The Senate Committee on Agriculture, Fisheries and Equitable Economy convened a session with farmers and stakeholders in the sugar sector in Kakamega to gather opinions on the 2023 sugar bill. During the meeting, farmers and sugar industry stakeholders urged the committee to ensure that recommendations from the sugar report issued by a task force under former Kakamega County Governor Wycliffe Oparanya and the Sugarcane Cultivation Conference are implemented before the sugar bill is passed. Among the suggestions put forward is the demand for the Senate to ensure that the sugar sector falls under the jurisdiction of the Agriculture and Food Authority and instead proposes the establishment of a sugar board to address their needs. Additionally, they called for the formation of sugar industry groups and the reinstatement of organizations to advocate for their interests. Joyce Opondo, the Secretary of the Sugar Industry Association, called for amendments to the bill proposing that sugar mills be allowed to import 50% of sugar during shortages.
Hii maana ya zoning ama kuwekwa katika vikundi. Kwanza wanasema wanawekwa kikundi ambacho wanawekwa iwe na wale watu wa kusaka miwa sio chini ya viwanda 3. Ili wao wawe na uhuru pia ya kupeleka sukari mahali wanataka. Na unajua katika katiba yetu inatupatia uhuru. Kwa hivyo wamesema wakulima hataki waweke kwa fungu moja kama ndizi eti ama samaki, kwamba lazima tupelekee huyu. Wawekwe mahali ambapo kuna mills wasakajimiwa zaidi ya 3 ili waweze kupeleka mahali wanataka kulingana na bei, kwa sababu wakulima wa miwa wako na haja na pesa. Haja ya sabuni ni povu. Kwa hivyo wana haja na mambo mingi. Jambo la pili, wamesema ya kwamba wanataka tuzingatie ile kamati ambayo ilikuwa inaitwa Task Force Report ambayo ilikuwa imeongozwa na Mheshimiwa Oparanya. Ilikuwa imefanya mambo mingi na tuko nayo. Kuna ingine imefanywa na Mangavana, there was sugar conference ambayo ilikuwa hapa. Tuko na nakala nyingi, tufuatilie. Lakini jambo la msingi ni kwamba wako na issue na mambo ya sehemu ambayo mtu ataweka ni zoning.
Welfare wakulima wetu wavune vizuri, washughulikiwe, research ikue, alafu tutaki mambo ya afa ndio imeharibu kazi ya mkulima wa miwa. Tunataka Sugar Directorate irudi kwa Sugar Board ili sisi kama samani tuwe na wawakilishi wetu katika Sugar Board. Wawakilishi wetu wakiwa Sugar Board, sisi wakulima wa chini, sisi wakulima wengine wadogo pia watafaidika kwa sababu tutakuwa na mwakilishi wetu katika Sugar Board.
Millers want 50%. Millers have been ignored, particularly in terms of importing deficit sugar into Kenya. We have been given a bad name, but we want that to change. Whenever there's a deficit of sugar in the country, we have cartels bringing in sugar.
Second Kirinyaga Business and Agricultural Expo has been held in Kirinyaga, where farmers have been urged to embrace new technology in farming, especially in the rice fields. The expo, which has attracted over 100 institutions and private companies, is a noble initiative that gives the county an opportunity to showcase what it is made of and the potential it has in farming and enterprise. Speaking during the opening of the 2 days expo, exercise at Nice Digital City in Mwea, the organizer Njiru Mkomzi says the expo has brought together different stakeholders, all showcasing their products and services. He said the second expo has provided an opportunity to create networks, share experiences, and learn from one another with the aim of broadening business and agricultural perspectives. Now, Njiru has challenged Kirinyaga farmers, especially those in rice farming, to embrace digital farming, which he said is cost-effective and less time-consuming compared to conventional farming.
For us, we are looking forward at the partnership that we are playing in within the agriculture sector, including especially the rice farmers, the coffee farmers, the horticulture, all type of farmers where we partner together. We are able to advance them money to be able to go and do the farming, to buy inputs to farm, and still at the same time for people who are the aggregators, wale watu ambao wanakusanya hiyo mazao yote kutoka kwa wakulima na wanaweza kuzia watu wengine.
We cannot ensure food security as a government without involving the private sector, and we have to thank the organizers of this event, because it has shown that even the private sector have the capacity to mobilize and bring people together. When I scout through the companies that are presented here, that are exhibiting, I have noted with gratitude that we have a lot of companies that are enablers of agriculture, that is finance. Agriculture is a little bit missing finance. It's not financed as it should be.
Na tutoke hii mambo ya kuagiza chakula kutoka nje. Tutoshereshe inji hii yetu na chakula. Kunae kampuni nyingi sana za mbegu, fertilizer, za mandawa, hata kama una pesa. Uliza kwa sako zile siko na bank, ukopeswe halafu uwe unalipa hata kama ni miaka 3 ama ni miaka 2.
The government seeks to roll out 1,440 digital hubs and harness skills in a bid to create over 1 million online jobs for the country's teeming youth. The center is championed by the Konza City, and the Information and Communication Technology ICT Authority seeks to promote digital skills for the youth through the connected computer hubs. National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula has urged residents to embrace the digital hubs in line with the Kenya Kwanza vision.
Tumepitisha sheria ya kwamba we are going to have digital hubs up to the ward level, ili kila ward iwe na center of digitization where people can go and access modern information, modern technology. Hata mama mwenye anauza hapa Bukembe ndizi yake, mtu akija kununua ako na kasimu kake smartphone, anaangalia kwa simu hii ndizi kule Nairobi iko pesa ngapi, kule Nakuru iko pesa ngapi, then ana rationalize, ana base price tag yake on the average national price, ili wasije wakiibiwa.
Now the digital economy for the last 10 years, according to World Bank statistics, is growing 2.5 times faster than the physical economy. And for that reason, why our government has prioritized this sector, so that our country, our continent is not left behind.
Well, that point, allow us to take a quick breather. EBN Weekend Edition returns in a bit. Stay with us.
Produces a great presence of God. Wherever God's people are, there must be joy. When you come into the house of the Lord, there must be joy.
Get your life enriched and your faith strengthened with Pastor Esther Obasike.
So ladies and gentlemen, please be on your feet, because we want to experience the blessings that come with the general joy.
From 8 p.m. only on EBN TV. Transforming your world. Every Sunday from 9 p.m. Christian World Today. A look at what is happening in the Christendom. We look at revivals, controversies, persecutions, and in-depth interviews on issues affecting the church. Christian World Today with Frederick Njiri.
With great love and joy, I specially welcome you to worship with us at Redeemed Gospel Church Buruburu. This is a true family church, a true spiritual home. Redeemed Gospel Church Buruburu is home to exuberant prayers, deep and true worship. A house of prayer that will leave you feeling refreshed. Our first service starts at 7:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. and our second service starts at 10:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. On Wednesdays, we have our midweek service from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. and every Friday from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. we have our night of glory. This is the church you have been looking for. This is the place for your spiritual growth and maturity. See you this Sunday and karibu sana.
Yo, I am so excited that you're here. We're about to have some fun. We're about to laugh.
I took my family to Mexico for a week on vacation. The first 2 days were rough because the people there kept calling me a Negro. The third day, I realized they were saying amigo, and it was hard.
Welcome back. Thank you for staying with the EB Weekend Edition. Let's cross our borders a bit. Zanzibar and Tanzania on Saturday paid their last respects to the leader and second president of the nation in Amani Stadium in Zanzibar. The former president died on Thursday evening after succumbing to lung cancer. The convoy began its journey from his home in Boleo, Zanzibar, and headed directly to Amani Stadium, where second state memorial service was held. Many leaders also came to pay their last respects, including Dr. Sizzo Hagera of Burundi and Namibian Vice President Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah. Tanzania's President Samia Suluhu Hassan also had so much to say about Mwinyi, praising him as a patriot who served his country wholeheartedly. President Suluhu then proceeded to lead dignitaries and the nation in paying their last respects and offering their prayers for the departed Mwinyi.
Zangu tumekusanyika hapa leo kutoa heshima zetu za mwisho na kumwaga kiongozi wetu mpendwa mwenye historia kubwa na nchi yetu, jumuiya yetu ya Afrika Mashariki na bara la Afrika kwa ujumla. Mzee wetu Alhaji Ali Hassan Mwinyi alipenda nchi yake Tanzania na alitumikia kwa moyo wake wote. Aliongoza nchi yetu na kuivusha katika vipindi vigumu, kwanza akiwa rais wa Zanzibar na baadaye akiwa rais wa Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania. Kifo chake ni pigo kwa taifa na kwangu binafsi kama mkuu wa nchi. Nimeukumbuka msemo wa Kiafrika unaosema anapofariki mzee maktaba huungua moto. Yaani kila kitu alicho nacho mzee akifariki ni kama maktaba iliyoungua moto, kumbukumbu zote zinapotea. Kwa hiyo na kwetu sisi mbuyu umeanguka. Kwa maana ya mbuyu, na wasiojua maana ya mbuyu wakagugo waone mbuyu una maana gani, lakini pia mawanda ya mbuyu wenyewe, na mawanda tunayaona hapa kitaifa wote tulioko huku, kifamilia wote walioko huku. Ni mawanda mapana sana. Kwa niaba ya serikali ya Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania, natoa pole kwa mama zangu, Mama Siti na Mama Khadija, watoto wa marehemu wakiongozwa na Mheshimiwa Rais Dr. Hussein Ali Mwinyi, wajukuu na vitukuu, kwa kuondokewa na mmoja kati yao. Tambueni kuwa pigo hili ni pigo letu sote, na kamwe hamko peke yenu, taifa liko pamoja nanyi. Mimi binafsi nitamkumbuka. Mzee Mwinyi alikuwa ni hidaya kwa Watanzania. Alitabiriwa makubwa na baba yake mzazi kwa kumuita jina Nzasa, kumaanisha mtu asiyekaukiwa. Na kwa kweli Mzee Mwinyi hakuwahi kukaukiwa na hekima, busara na wingi wa uchamungu. Hakika kwa mafunzo haya ametuachia sadaka ya elimu, na yeye Allah atamlipa kwa sadaka hii aliyotuachia. Amen.
Now to sports. Ferdinand Omanyala's 2024 World Athletics Indoor Championships ended in disappointment fashion on Friday evening. The Kenyan sprinter narrowly missed out on a medal in the final of the men's 60-meter, which was won by American Christian Coleman. The American took gold in 6.41 seconds and the new world leads this season, while the Kenyan finished fourth. Omanyala was looking to secure his first major global medal since taking the gold at 2022 Commonwealth Games. Now, he was in the first two rounds of the event in Glasgow, and in the first round he clocked 6.52 seconds, similar to what he recorded in the semi-finals when he went up against US's Noah Lyles.
This sprint perhaps provides the hardest challenge. Perfection needed from start to finish. 6.5 seconds separates one of these men from global glory in Glasgow. It's the final of the men's 60 metres. The start is absolutely key. Coleman's got away well, and this time perhaps it's not going to be Lyles, or is it? Coleman! Coleman reclaims the crown. He got the start he needed. For the first time in 2 decades, his mum and dad have come to support him. Bronze for Blake. He was magnificent in the semis, and he has taken his chance to remind everybody he's still a global force. Coleman is the world indoor champion.
John Wachira, the Infinity Soccer Academy coach, began 2 years ago hoping to be the best young and upcoming coach in Kenya. John is inspired by sports stars from across the world who rose from nothing. Now, despite these challenges, he still believes he has what it takes to be among the best of the best coaches. Our reporter MacDonald Mutwiri visited Kiamumbi Playgrounds in Roysambu, Nairobi County, and filed the following report.
Today's society only encompasses sport as a recreational activity, forgetting its value as a source of livelihood. Rising from a tough background in Githurai, Nairobi County, John Wachira, a 20 years young man, is encouraged by stories of superstars who rose from rags to riches and keeps his focus towards his coaching career at his age. The Infinity Soccer Academy coach completed his secondary school 3 years ago, and since then he has been coaching an under 14 and 16 team of young boys at a small ground at Kiamumbi along the Kahawes Ruiru Road. John is so determined and keeps on working hard by practicing new tactics day in day out to better his skills. He explains how his normal day-to-day routine begins.
I'm Coach John Wachira, the founder of Infinity Soccer Academy. I started my coaching career while in school, let's say in Form 2, where I got an opportunity to train a football academy that was located in Githurai. That's where I grew up. So let's say from Monday to Friday, I do sales marketing, that's online. And from Saturday, from in the morning to 7 a.m. to 6, I'm in the field.
He acknowledges the support and commitment from some of the parents of the Kings he coached, which makes it easier for him to execute his skills.
I really appreciate the parents. They really help them in anything they want. According to me, they provide transport and also training equipments. They never disappoint. Yeah.
As a young and visioned young man, John urges the Ministry of Sport under the Talanta Hela Forum of identifying and nurturing talent from the grassroots to give an opportunity even to young aspiring coaches, referees and off-pitch officials to reap the benefit of the government support from the forum, such as mentorship, sponsorship and other collaborative resources. The forum is an initiative under the ministry that has begun a journey to improve the value of sport by putting money in pocket of sport people and creatives, as well as providing resources that create a conducive environment for sport people, with the main agenda being to revive the sporting sector in the country. Last year, FIFA delegate visited the country and partnered with FKF with an aim of promoting life skills and competency in schools through football. John urged the federation to keep an eye to local clubs and support their activities as a way of football development, as well as reviving the under 17 and 15 both-sided boys and girls leagues of 10 clubs each that was in 2015. However, he highlighted a few challenges they have been facing, among them being lack of proper training facilities, among others.
Some of the challenges that experience, let's say, lack of field, because as you can see, we are congested here, over 3 teams, and the field is so, it's not too big for them to train. Yeah.
Reporting for EBN TV, I'm McDonald.
Right, incredible coach doing incredible things with the young boys that are looking forward to become the best of the best in the footballing world. So that is where we wrap our bulletin tonight. This is EBN Weekend Edition. Thank you very much for watching. You can join Fred Njeri on tomorrow's bulletin on Christian World Today. He'll be taking a look at stories making headlines across the Christian space. What has been happening across the world from the Christian as well as from the churches, and what needs to be had as a conversation in the country. So that will be on tomorrow's bulletin. However, do have yourself a fantastic evening and a blessed Sunday ahead. My name is Cynthia Nanjala.